My dear brothers and sisters, today I want to talk to you about a profound and empowering concept, having faith in what Allah has planned for you. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, moments of joy and times of hardship. Sometimes we find ourselves questioning, doubting, or feeling lost. But in these moments, it is essential to remember that Allah's plan is perfect and His wisdom surpasses our understanding. Allah, in His infinite mercy, knows what is best for us. He is the most wise, the all-knowing. When things do not go according to our plans, it does not mean that Allah has abandoned us or that He has made a mistake. No, brothers and sisters, it means that there is a greater plan, a divine wisdom that we might not see at the moment. We must trust in His decree and have faith that everything happens for a reason. Having faith in what Allah has planned for you is rooted in Tawakkul. Trusting in Allah alone. It is to believe that no matter how difficult a situation may seem, Allah's mercy is greater. It is to understand that every trial is a test, and Allah tests those whom He loves. Remember, after hardship comes ease, and after darkness there is always light. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that when we put our trust in Allah, He will suffice us. So put your trust in Him. Pray sincerely and have patience. Do not despair when things do not go your way, for Allah's plan is always better than what we could imagine. Brothers and sisters, life is a test, and our faith in Allah's plan is what sustains us through the challenges. When you face setbacks, remind yourself that Allah's wisdom is greater than our worries. When you feel lost, remember that Allah's guidance is always near. And when you are overwhelmed, turn to Him in dua and have faith that He will respond in the best way. In conclusion, I urge you all to strengthen your trust in Allah's plan. Embrace patience, keep praying, and believe wholeheartedly that whatever Allah has decreed for you is what is best. Trust in His mercy, His wisdom, and His love. Because in trusting Him, you find peace, hope, and the true meaning of faith. Trust in Allah's wisdom and plan, believing that Allah's decree is perfect and that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it at the moment. Trust in Allah's wisdom and plan is one of the most fundamental aspects of a believer's faith. It is a concept that provides comfort, strength, and patience during life's most challenging moments. To truly understand and embody this trust, one must realize that Allah, the most wise and all-knowing, has a plan for each of us that surpasses our limited understanding. Our human perspective is restricted. We see only a small fragment of the bigger picture, often only the difficulties or hardships we face. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom, sees everything. The past, the present, and the future. He knows what is best for us, even when we cannot comprehend it in the moment. Life is full of uncertainties. We plan, strive, and hope for certain outcomes, but sometimes things do not turn out as we wish. We may face setbacks, failures, or loss, and in those moments, doubts and despair can creep into our hearts. It is precisely in these moments that trust in Allah's plan becomes essential. We must remind ourselves that whatever happens is by His decree, and His decree is always just and perfect. When we accept this, it becomes easier to find peace amidst chaos, because we recognize that Allah's knowledge and wisdom are far greater than ours. He is the most just, and His decisions are rooted in justice, mercy, and love, even if we do not see it immediately. Having trust in Allah's plan also involves recognizing that His timing is perfect. Sometimes we want things to happen quickly or in a specific way, but Allah's timing is always right. He knows when the time is best for us to receive blessings or to face trials. Patience is a vital component of this trust. It is not just about believing that Allah's plan is good, but also about trusting that His plan will unfold at the right time. We must have faith that delays or hardships are part of His divine wisdom to purify us, teach us patience, or prepare us for greater blessings. Allah's delays are not denials, they are opportunities for us to grow stronger in faith and reliance on Him. Trusting in Allah's wisdom also means surrendering our own limited understanding and acknowledging that we do not always see what is best for us. Sometimes we may be attached to certain outcomes, but Allah's plan may involve something different, better, or more beneficial for us in the long run. Faith requires humility, accepting that Allah knows what is best and that His knowledge is perfect. This humility helps us to let go of our ego and control and instead place our trust completely in Him. It involves turning to Him in supplication, expressing our hopes and fears, and then letting go of the need to control the outcome, trusting that Allah's plan is ultimately for our good. Moreover, trust in Allah's plan is deeply connected to tawakkul, which is putting our reliance solely on Allah. It is a conscious act of faith that involves sincere belief and heartfelt conviction that Allah's mercy encompasses all things. When we put our trust in Him, we acknowledge His sovereignty and recognize that He is the best disposer of affairs. This reliance gives us strength and resilience during difficult times because it shifts our focus from worrying about the future to trusting that Allah will take care of everything. It encourages us to keep turning back to Him, seeking His guidance and mercy, knowing that He is the best helper and protector. It is also important to remember that trusting in Allah's plan does not mean passivity or complacency. Rather, it involves making sincere efforts, striving in ways that are permissible and beneficial, and then trusting that Allah will accept our efforts and guide us to what is best. Our deeds, prayers, and supplications are part of our trust, showing Allah that we rely on Him and believe in His divine wisdom. At the same time, we recognize that the ultimate outcome is in His hands, and we accept whatever He decrees with gratitude and patience. Understanding and applying this trust in Allah's plan requires consistent reflection and remembrance. It involves reminding ourselves regularly that Allah's knowledge is comprehensive, His mercy is vast, and His wisdom is perfect. It means turning to Him in dua, seeking His help in times of hardship, and praising Him for His sovereignty and mercy. It also requires patience and perseverance, especially when difficulties linger or when we are tested beyond what we think we can bear. Trusting in Allah's plan is a form of surrender that leads to inner peace, contentment, and reliance on the One who knows us better than we know ourselves. Ultimately, trusting in Allah's plan transforms our perspective on life. It helps us to see hardships as opportunities for growth, trials as tests of faith, and delays as divine wisdom in disguise. It strengthens our relationship with Allah and deepens our understanding that everything is under His control. When we truly trust in Allah's wisdom and plan, we can face life's uncertainties with a calm heart, knowing that Allah's mercy and justice encompass all things. This trust becomes a source of unwavering hope and resilience, guiding us through every phase of life with faith, patience, and reliance on the greatest planner of all. Patience and reliance, tawakkul, having faith that after hardship comes ease, and trusting that Allah's mercy and guidance are always near during difficult times. Trust in Allah's plan is not a passive acceptance of circumstances, but an active engagement with the belief that everything that happens to us is guided by His wisdom. This trust is not just about the absence of fear or anxiety, but about the presence of confidence and peace. When we trust in Allah's plan, we are not saying that life will be easy or that we will never face challenges. Rather, we are saying that no matter what challenges we face, we will face them with courage, resilience, and the knowledge that Allah is always with us. In times of hardship or uncertainty, trust in Allah's plan can be a source of great comfort. It is a reminder that we are not alone and that Allah is always guiding us. This trust is not just an intellectual exercise, but a deeply personal and emotional one. It is a trust that is born out of our experiences, our reflections, and our connection with Allah. When we trust in Allah's plan, we begin to see the world and our lives in a different light. We start to notice the small blessings and favors that we often overlook, and we begin to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around us. Trust in Allah's plan is not something that we can force or manufacture. It is a gift that we receive through our relationship with Allah, through prayer, fasting, and other acts of worship. It is a gift that we receive when we surrender our will to Allah's will, and when we submit ourselves to His guidance. When we trust in Allah's plan, we are not just trusting in a concept or an idea, we are trusting in the very essence of Allah Himself and in the wisdom and compassion that He embodies. This trust is a source of strength, a source of peace, and a source of joy. It is a trust that changes us, transforms us, and elevates us to a higher level of consciousness and awareness. As we navigate the ups and downs of life, we must continually remind ourselves of Allah's plan and our place within it. We must remind ourselves that we are not the masters of our own fate, but rather we are servants of Allah, subject to His will and guidance. When we trust in Allah's plan, we are not just trusting in a set of circumstances, but in the infinite wisdom and mercy of Allah Himself. And it is this trust that gives us the courage and the strength to face any challenge, no matter how daunting it may seem. May Allah grant us all patience, steadfastness, and unwavering faith in His divine plan. Ameen.